Welcome back to News 3 Today. Are you interested in living a healthier lifestyle, but you don't know where to begin? Earlier this year, local pediatrician Dr. Yolanda Rivera-Caudill, also known as Dr. Beet, and wellness strategist Chelsea Dye launched a new education series called Plant Powered with a Purpose. The Parent's Guide. Now, once a month, News 3 Today at 11 is teaming up with them to help you win your wellness. Thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate you coming back. And you have dressed like fall, and that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about some things. But first off, I want to remind folks who you are and what you do. What is Plant Powered with a Purpose?
Well, initially we launched our education series intended for parents, and then we've sort of transitioned to allow it to educate a larger audience. But essentially we offer courses, workshops, and basically free resources in order to help people live a healthier, happier life with purpose and plants.
Yes, and that's important because as a pediatrician, I'm always concerned about the kids' diet. But if we don't involve the parents so they can learn how to do it, they're not going to be helped. That's good. So this is why it's so important.
So today's focus is on, recently I mentioned in the last interview, we saw some severe weather come through our way. Debbie, Helene, Milton, lots of folks lost power. Lots of folks had to throw away food.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about restocking that pantry with some healthier options.
Yeah, so it couldn't be more relevant than now.
Yeah.
And so Yolanda and I are going to talk about 3 tips that we each have. We actually did a Master Your Grocery Guide course, which is now available on demand. So this is sort of a little snippet from it. If you want to start, Yolanda, on your top 3
things. For example, when there are fruits or veggies in season, which is something when I started eating healthier, this is one thing that I wanted to experiment with that and try new things, new foods and stuff like that. And the other thing is to have the kids involved. When you're planning your menu, have the kids involved to be part of that decision. It makes them feel better. And have your menu, like your favorite dishes, to be able to change them to a healthier option. That's another thing that I love to have, and there's so many options out there.
So those are the top 3 ways that you can shop smart?
That's 3, there are 3 ways.
3 ways.
There's
3
3
ways.
ways.
Okay, 3 ways. Okay, and what about you, Chelsea?
My top ways, well, I have a neurodivergent brain, and I work with a lot of athletes one-on-one as a wellness strategist, but so brain is really important, and I think that there are a lot of people that have recently realized how not only is our brain govern everything, but what we eat has a really large impact.
Yeah.
So shop for your brain first. Ask the question, is this good for my brain? And there's a lot of food that we know might be delicious but does not serve us. Sugar is one of those. Some preservative-laden things. But that brings me to so be conscientious. Ask, is this good for my brain?
Yeah.
And most people can use common sense. The closer we are to the perimeters, to real whole food, the better we are for our brain and getting those healthy omegas. And there's lots of plant-based ways to do that. And then number 2 is be similar to what Yolanda said, be adventurous. So I've got a 12-year-old and she's picky, and so we've had to be adventurous. And so perhaps there's some unhealthy options that you really love, but maybe it's time to swap them. Yeah. So you can use it as an exploration in the grocery store, and then maybe on your own as well. Instead of just regular potato chips, try an air-fried potato chip that you make at home. Okay. And so there's lots of options. And the last one is, and this is my favorite, create a running list. So first shop the market, the local farmers market, and then your local market. And then there are some staples that you just have to get at the bigger box stores. Or online. And a lot of the online stores now and Amazon now have an opportunity to heart or make some of the choices your favorite. So then they're automatically populated in your cart, which means it makes it so much easier. So if you tried something, you love it, then it'll automatically suggest at the bottom of your screen, these are the things you purchased before, saves time, and then you know you're sticking with the things that are healthy, and really elevating your pantry and your refrigerator.
Okay, sounds great. We're running out of time, but I do want to touch on Halloween because that's
Yes.
coming up soon.
Yes.
Healthy treats for trick-or-treaters.
One thing I like to do is get the little oranges, paint them like jack-o'-lantern, and kids love it.
Good idea.
They, you'll be surprised. I put the candy and the thing and those oranges, and they love it. Many times they pick that one because it's cute, and little bottles of water. They like
great
to
idea.
hydrate them.
All
That's
right,
what I
great
do.
idea.
Yeah, and check our website. We'll have more information about healthy treats for Halloween as well.
Wonderful, Chelsea Dye, Dr. Caudill. Thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you. Thank
Thank you.
And here's the information on your screen, or you can scan that QR code right there and it'll take you right to their website. Stay with us. We'll be back with more of News 3 Today. Also, log onto our website, wsav.com/plant-powered for more information and to watch this interview again. You're watching News 3 Today at 11. We'll be right back.